Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Stache and Beard Show. I'm Austin Pistulka. This is Alan Pilley.
What's up, guys?
We are here, CTX, live from CTX. Well, live for us, at least. We're recording from CTX, you know. But we had a great week last week. We are coming in. We're going to talk. We've got blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you what. Sometimes that's
the type of week we've had.
Yeah, sometimes my mouth goes way faster than my brain is going, and so I can't catch up at sometimes.
See, I'm from Mississippi. We just call that mush talk. we call it quick speak.
Yeah.
And you just kind of catch up.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going.
Thank you. I'm glad one of us knew where we were going. So we're going to talk about our week of lifting. We've got some other things planned for this week, and then also Fact Over Fitness is coming up on Friday on YouTube. But first things first, we got to talk about our week of lifting, because this was a big week for us in terms of we squatted straight bar, straight weight, and on Wednesday for bench press night we did
reverse bends.
Thank you. I could not remember. No.
We did. Y'all had floor press.
I had fat bar floor presses.
Yep.
So how's your Wednesday?
Wednesday was absolutely amazing. First stab ever at anything over $1,000. I don't care that I didn't lock it. I don't care that it was reverse band. Mm-hmm. First time in however long I've been geared lifting, 4.5 years. Mm-hmm. Had held 1,000 pounds
in your hands, over your head.
Oh, right over my face. Oh. Bench press overhead would be like a shoulder press, and that's never happening. Just being real.
Yeah.
But first bend bench 1,005 down to a one board, and didn't lock it. But like I said, I could not care less.
That is the most terrifying sentence of all time. I had 1,000 pounds over my face.
Not terrifying at all.
Well, okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
right guys around you, and the way my shirt sat, they got it out over me, and I didn't even feel it. Didn't even feel heavy.
Really?
Did not feel heavy. So that's always a positive.
Yeah.
So other than that, it was a great feeling to take a stab at it. Like I said, I could care less that I didn't get it.
There you go.
You know. So how about you?
On Wednesday night, I did floor press with a fat bar. Worked up to 375. Because I outdid my floor press. I always end up outdoing my regular bench for some reason. But worked up to 375. Worked with Ray and CJ, and I am incredibly proud of myself with how I am step for step with Ray. Because when it comes to squat and deadlift, we've talked about this. Squat and deadlift are my worst lifts by far. But when it comes to the bench press, I am going, tit for tat. Like I am like 10, 15 pounds off of Ray.
Yeah.
Which Ray's was a D1 athlete. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm Joe Schmo coming out. Hey, I talk on the radio for a living, and I'm coming in, hitting some pretty big numbers for raw bench press, and it feels really good. It feels really good, especially because when we think of the guys who are upper echelon guys here at the gym, Ray and CJ are that for raw guys,
Funny hearing you talk about the deadlift, how you hate it.
Yeah.
Ray hates the bench press.
Really?
So you being proud of yourself for keeping up the Ray, that's great. That's your proud moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you looking up at Ray like that, but he hates the bench press, and it's like his, yeah. He'll shoulder press, and if I'll speak for him, if he was here, he would pick shoulder press over bench press any day. He absolutely hates the bench press.
Wow.
So, but good job on you on staying near the guys. Hey, we can't take that away from you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, they got to get better.
Yeah. Between CJ and Ray, we've been trying to murder the bench press, but like I said, how you hate the deadlift, that's Ray with the bench press.
Wow.
And CJ too, but CJ and Ray, they made strides with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, their bread and butter lifts are the squat and deadlift.
Yep.
And the work that we have to put into even more so has been their bench press.
Yeah.
So, but
sure.
Not taking anything away from you. Good job on staying close to him.
That's right. Oh.
Yeah.
Then I had a week of bodybuilding lifts as I get lower and lower body weight. I hit my lowest body weight of 2021 today, 263.4.
Yeah.
So and still feeling strong. Not I'm not losing it too quick by any means. I'm going like 1 pound to 2 pounds a week at this point,
which is good.
So yeah. But then squats today, straight bar, straight weight. Worked up to 405 and knew I was starting to lose gas, so I jumped.
4 wheels is 425.
That's right, because it's a bigger bar.
Bigger bar. West side bar.
Yeah. So 425, and I felt myself really, getting bent over. So made the jump to 475, and it was misloaded. I got a chop.
That's right, yeah.
I got a chop from Chad, and I was like lit up. I was ready to go. I knew this weight was fucking moving, and then it was misloaded. I went up, and it was like the strongman.
A plate off.
2 plates.
Was it 2 plates?
Because the person before me had 3 10 5, and I had 4 1/4 on one side and 3 10 5 on the other.
Gotcha.
I went up and went like this, and I went, oh well, this isn't okay. Sat back.
Did you come back and get it?
I missed it. I shorted it. I got up, but I was like 2-3 inches away from hitting depth, which was fine. But Ray is really trying to help me with, because I lean so far forward. He's trying to teach me how to bend the bar around my shoulders to keep my chest up, because it's a whole new process at this lower weight.
Yeah.
So
it's funny, we had a talk with another one of our girls today about weight loss.
Yeah.
Coming down substantial weight loss from one of her last competitions till now, and getting stuff in her head, and you got to let that stuff go. When we lose weight slowly, like you and I have talked on previous episodes, we want to slowly lose that weight while not losing that strength. And when we lose quick weight, your strength is going to go.
Yeah.
And when you do that, don't beat yourself up. A lot easier said than done.
Sure.
You guys, either your lifts, but making sure that you guys gradually lose your body weight while we're trying to gradually keep you either as strong or stronger. And you'll hear a lot of times, and we can pull up studies on this stuff, where they'll tell you can't lose weight and get strong, or you can't lose weight and get bigger, and garbage.
Yeah.
It can be done. It has been done. We've proven it multiple times in here with many of our lifters, our males and females. So, you guys go and lose, a chunk of weight really quick. There's going to go some strength with it. So,
Sure.
just keep your head in the game.
Absolutely.
So, good.
You
good job.
had a hell of a squat day, brother.
I was happy with today.
I was happy with today, Mr. Humble Allen.
Yeah.
You put what, 1,005? 1,000?
No. 1,000 even.
1,000 even.
Yeah, it was. I wanted. Dylan had called out 1,000, and we went and got it.
Yeah.
Joe tells us we can't put 2.5s on our bars, and today I didn't care. I didn't want anything lower or higher than 1,000. We slapped the 2.5s on, and we went and got it. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. No, awesome moment.
It was really good. It was clean. It was like. And I have become, because I tend to get out of the squat rotation quicker than other people stick around, because once I hit or I miss, I'm like, all right, I'm fucking done. It's and then I'll work on other stuff. But today I became the mono height guy.
Yeah.
Because one thing that we struggle with at this gym is getting the right height on the mono. And I became just like, I ran the fucking show.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, okay, we're going for this. All right, I counted each side. And I'm like, all right, I'm checking the board. I'm like, we gotta go down.
Well, it's funny hearing that, because when we start talking about certain weights, whether we're raw or gear, you start getting to certain poundages that don't necessarily push you down on a pick. And you'll notice, like, when we go to pick it, like, okay, hey, he's clearing it by 2-3 inches, as an example. When you go to rack me back, like, I'm just back in the J's, and for whatever reason, it may be rounding me, it may be, it may be mushing me down, those things. But also the heavier weight on the picks, I start out at about an 18, maybe I need a 17 on the next one. So good job. You're just as important. The spotters and loaders and the rack runners, they all equally important on squat day.
Definitely.
Yeah. So your job is super important for us. And also, like, if I get under that bar, I'm strapped, I'm wrapped, I'm ready to rock. And
taking
we gotta drop them down, we gotta raise them
moment.
up. That's you. You gotta be on that.
Yeah.
I'm wrapped, I'm ready to go. And double, triple pump, we're ready to rock. So awesome job today.
You too. You too.
I appreciate it. Great day.
It was a great day. You, though, earlier in the week, you were planning on getting some tattoo work done.
Yeah.
And that ended up not happening.
So I go to a good friend of mine, Sarah Berlin. She does her hand poke tattoos. And so we've got a whole body piece, front and back. And
which she's posted on her Instagram.
Yep. She's posted what the front and back is going to look like in the next 150 hours of work. And we are 8 hours in.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, it's great. So we were supposed to get tattooed yesterday, and it's funny when we think about the gear and we think about where we're getting tattooed. What's the week going to look like? Am I wearing a shirt? Am I raw? Am I suit? Am I strapped? So I got to think about body parts. So as luck would have it, her schedule backed out, and we were able to take this squat today. I really wanted this squat today.
Yeah.
So where we would have been, I would have probably messed her work up, and I don't need her mad at me.
Yeah.
She tattoos me, and and does body work as well. So I don't need her angry with me. Don't piss off your tattoo artist or your massage therapist.
She comes in, finds one knot, and it's like, here? And it's
she gets sadistic with that shit. So the happier I can keep her, the happier I am as well.
So you're doing a 150-hour tattoo. Clearly you have, how many tattoos do you have? Or do you,
I tell the same story when I get asked this. I stopped counting at 38.
38?
I stopped, and then I've collected since in the last 6, 7 years.
Those are permanent. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
True story, I dated a girl who wanted to try to wipe them off. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Hence the word dated. We didn't last long at all. But yeah. Fully aware that they're permanent.
Every time I get a new tattoo, I get the same text message from my dad. I'll send him a text, or I'll send it to my family group chat, and I'll be like, hey, just got a new tattoo, here's what it looks like. And it's always, my mom goes, oh, it's real nice, Austin, and my dad goes, that's fucking permanent, right? And I'm like, yes, Dad.
Does he say that dadding you, or does he say that because he doesn't like your choice of tattoo?
Because he's dadding me.
Okay.
So I have a very specific style of tattoo that I like, and I only have one. Zoom in on this. So, get up on it. We've got a bench here for this specific moment. So, I've got American traditional tattoos. That's my go-to. This was the first one that I got. My brother and I got matching tattoos the day after I got married. And then, let's see. I'm going to try not to fall. Alright, so there's this one. This one I got at 6 in the morning. On Saturday the 14th, because it was Friday the 13th.
Yeah. I remember you telling me these stories, you and Liz.
Yeah. So we stayed at a tattoo shop for 17 hours to get a $20 tattoo, because we're assholes apparently. Friday the 13th tattoo, and the only tattoo that I've ever fully paid for is this one.
Yeah.
And so, and they're all American traditional style. I want to get this whole leg filled up. And then if I want to do any of the other, kind of either dumb ones or different ones, then it's going to go elsewhere. But, my next big tattoo is going to be a microphone, and like an old school microphone, not like this, but when you think of old radio DJs, and it's like, all right, coming up next, we've got we're in the 50s bop, so we've got Elvis Presley coming up right around the corner.
You went 50s. I was gonna go Casey Kasem.
Okay, funny story about this whole Casey Kasem guy. All right, I know Casey Kasem not from his radio stuff.
Really?
I know Casey Kasem because he's the voice of Scooby-Doo.
What?
Yeah. Casey Kasem was the voice of Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, I believe.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. And so because I'm surrounded by, especially in my radio job, I'm surrounded by a couple guys who've been in radio for a while. They're like, it was his birthday. And so I said, up next is the voice, or happy birthday to the voice of Scooby-Doo or whatever. And they're like, I don't know who that is. And I went, Casey Kasem, and they lit me up. They're like, you're in radio. How do you not know this is Casey Kasem's top 40?
Yeah, I never would have pinned Casey as the voice of either of those.
Yeah, I think he's, I know it's one of the two. I can't remember which, but yeah, no,
yeah, that's Mel. What's his name? Mel, the voice of Bugs Bunny. I watched
Mel
the thing on
Brooks?
him. Oh, no,
not Brooks. Not Brooks. What am I thinking?
I watched the thing on him anyway. So he did most of the characters in Looney Tunes, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
Between Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, he did Sylvester, he did Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
Then branched out of that, and he did other voices that I can't remember off the top of my head. I wish I remembered him for the story, but just showing his range of voices and stuff like that.
The guy who does the voice of the Animaniacs, I can't remember his name either. What? Who is it?
I can't remember his name.
I know you know. He's on TikTok now, and he also does the voice of Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron.
No, I don't know.
That's a newer one. But
well, Animaniacs I haven't watched since I was fucking 14.
There's new Animaniacs on Hulu. Why not? It's the same guy. It's the same guy doing the same voice.
Did you used to watch Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
All right. Do you watch Ninja Turtles now?
No.
Why? Because they look like shit.
Listen, man.
They look
Hulu,
like shit.
It does not. You're just
what
pissed.
What were you gonna say about Hulu?
It's on Hulu, and it's
but the old school.
I don't know if the old school ones.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about the new school.
Yeah,
Ninja
the
Turtles.
I'm not talking about
Looney Tunes. All of it. It all look bullshit.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's not garbage.
Tom and Jerry. Did you ever watch old school Tom and Jerry?
Yes.
Do you watch new school Tom and Jerry?
They've got a movie coming out, and I'm gonna watch it.
I won't because it looks fake.
It looks fake. It's a fucking cartoon.
You know what I mean? I need the old school Tom and Jerry.
This is old school bullshit.
No.
You're not gonna.
This is the difference. This is the difference between our age brackets.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. You're not gonna watch the new Tom and Jerry movie.
Not unless I take my kids. That's the only way I'll give a shit. Other than that, nope.
This is bullshit, man.
Yep, fake.
It looks fake. The whole fucking world's fake. It's a cartoon.
You had me sold on real Tom and Jerry back in the day, and now this new style of animation and all this shit. It doesn't look like the original characters. Is what I'm saying. Fake wise. Yes, I know it's a cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah, the only time cartoons have ever looked real was Acid, but you know, whatever. The whole thing we started talking about tattoos for.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then I stood on the table and started yelling about Animaniacs.
Yeah. Which was?
I'm sorry, I was thirsty. Fix this. Anyway, so tattoos.
What about them?
When it comes to a 150-hour tattoo, how do you mentally prepare for something like that? Because in my head, I'm like, all right, I've got 3 hours. None of my tattoos have been more than 3 hours long max.
So she has them broken down to sections for certain pieces that take up bigger bulks of my body. And so far, each piece has been about 4 hours of work. And she works, we're talking nonstop. We may take like a 10, 15-minute break just to get up and move, but she's needling the whole time.
That's so weird that the hand poke tattoo also is super weird to me, just because, because I've never had a hand poke tattoo.
Yeah.
I assume it takes longer. And
it can, depending on the artist. So Sarah's been doing them, I think, for a little less than a year. And she has dramatically picked up her speed. So she got her first one over in Thailand and loved it, the process, everything behind it, and she wanted to start doing it herself, so she taught herself.
Gotcha.
As far as I know, speaking facts, she does not have an actual apprenticeship through tattooing. She literally taught herself how to hand poke, and I believe I was her first one. I have the word oops on the side of my leg. I think I was her first tattoo. So the speed from just those 4 letters and an exclamation point to what we've been doing greatly picked up her speed. She has no traditional tattooing apprenticeship or schooling.
Yeah.
So she's trying. She's even. I think she's talked about branching out, maybe potentially learning the gun. So everything she does is based off of her artwork that she's done from her younger life of drawing and things like that, and now taking off. And so it can take longer. Once she picks up, she can probably work just as fast, if maybe a little slower than a gun.
Sure.
So far, the pain-wise is a lot less on the hand poke, because the gun is just kind of like steady and constant. So we're going through a much larger strip of skin, depending on lining and shading, whereas where she's going, there's like that break between the pinpoint and the skin break. So there's a break. Now, I will say, where she tattooed my traps, and because she's gotten faster, she's covering a lot more skin quicker. So we're starting to pick up to where it's like, she's almost gun-like, But back to your original question, how I prepare for it, where are we tattooing? So, we got a bulk that's going to go through the sternum and the lower, upper chest area, lower belly area. That one's going to take a little bit of mental preparation for.
Yeah.
Other spots, I've sat there and I just kind of go to sleep. Like, it feels good.
Yeah.
Certain parts of my trap, I literally, like Chad mentioned earlier, meditation.
I haven't had a tattoo that I go... that really hurt, but on my legs, like most of the places that I've gotten tattoos have been like pretty meaty spots, and that seems to be the place that doesn't, but except for when I got the eagle, and the closer inward they got, I could feel something jumping in there.
So
I'm like,
everybody's different, where they talk about certain parts, certain portions of your body that are like what you talked about, inner thigh. Next person, I was like, inner thigh was great.
Yeah.
I've got my neck done, pretty much I think the whole forwards, backwards, and neck didn't bother me at all.
Really?
Neck was amazing. Here, next person is, oh my God, my neck was the worst.
Yeah.
Sternum absolutely sucked.
Yeah.
The sternum definitely was one of those ones where I had to take myself someplace mentally and endure it. And literally, we were talking before we started the segment, like, all right, you started it. I have to sit here and either I walk out with an unfinished tattoo and I'm a pussy, or I have to mentally stay here and endure this. And it kind of trains you. It kind of teaches you some things about yourself and pushes you. And it's not for everybody, and it sounds sadistic, but that's what I do. When I get to certain spots of my body.
But when it comes to what we do here in the gym, it's very helpful.
It can absolutely tie in. Like where you take yourself, your place. Some people call it a dark spot. Some people just call it a place. Where do you go in your mind? What do you need to to take motivation to get a lift, all that type of stuff. So the two can definitely mesh together.
Absolutely, and we're actually going to get more into that in the next segment. If you're listening to the podcast, keep it here. We'll be getting into it momentarily. But if you're watching on YouTube, check us out on Wednesday. That's where we're going to talk about it. Stache Beer Chill, we'll be right back.
See you guys.